and...
I don't want to go out. I'm super embarrassed. I'm just over it.
Well, releasing new music today, Delta Goodrem opens up about the health battle that almost ended her career. Right, in just a moment, Delta Goodrem. We were talking about music, weren't we? Live from Australia. There she is. She's going to be telling me why her new music is dedicated to Sir Elton John.
I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind what I put down in the world.
Now, my next guest has spent over 20 years in the spotlight, from starring as Nina in Neighbours to enjoying huge success in the music world. And today, Delta Goodrem is releasing her 6th album. Wow, that last song is from Delta's new album, Bridge Over Troubled Dreams. She joins me now. You look brilliant, and I loved that video. That was excellent. It's so lovely to see you, and this album is so personal, isn't it? It's almost telling the story of your whole life.
For sure. It's so lovely to see you, Lorraine, and thank you so much for having me here this morning. I've loved the journey of this record. It was one of those moments in time where I had a check-in moment, and every album's always been authentic to that moment. But like you said, it was about going back to the very beginning of my life and finding all the different themes and concepts that have gone on and the lessons learned.
It is so lovely to actually hear you sounding so well, because obviously you had this terrible, it was like a paralysis, wasn't it? You couldn't speak, you couldn't sing. It was a terrible thing that you went through. It must have been really scary.
Yeah, I shared the video last year when I knew that so many people would be going through their own reset, and the fact that it was a really important message to me to share, that you really didn't know what people were going through. And my story in that moment, because it did start the body of work of the new record, right. I had a salivary gland that ended up going a bit rogue. And when I had the operation, the routine operation, I came out of it and then went on a whole new journey of, I had some nerve damage. And on that nerve damage, you really don't know how long the recovery will be. So whether it's, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 3 years, anyone who's had nerve damage who's experienced that I started speech therapy and working through it and working really hard to be able to be here today and to be able to be singing. And then I'm grateful to have gotten through that, but I know that a lot of people go through communication challenges. So hopefully the story can be a sense of shared experience with those people who have gone through that as well.
Absolutely. That's the way to look at it, for sure. And there's always been, and I think, because you were just a kid when you were diagnosed with cancer, you've been through all of that, which is quite remarkable, but it gives your music a real maturity. And I think that and a connection with other people, it's very real, and people, you know what I mean?
For sure. That's what's, I have to look at it like the fact that you find new depths and new understandings, and that's why it was so important to me to be able to write this in a book, to be able to put it in the songs. The music had to match those lyrics, which were, it had to feel real and raw, and I wanted the record to have those live instruments just having space around them to breathe and to be able to feel that authenticity and its transparency. So it was really important to me when I was producing this that you could feel the heartbeat in the music, so to speak.
Yeah, no, definitely. The book is absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at it now, and I love that it goes through every track. There's a picture of you in every track. And I love the one, Dear Elton, which obviously is for Elton John, who's very special to you.
Yes, Sir Elton John is so special to everybody, I think. I wrote this song about some very special connections to the master himself, and this came from a moment of inspiration of the love for piano, the love for Elton. When I was first diagnosed with cancer, on my very first day of chemo, I had a call saying that he was thinking of me and that I hoped I got through this time. And that beautiful connection from that moment and those check-ins, I think he's a wonderful inspiration to so many artists and continues to support up-and-coming artists. And I was one of those artists at the very beginning, and I was very, very grateful for that love of the music and that personal touch that he clearly is so known for.
Do you know, that's remarkable. And I know he does that to a lot of people, and that must mean so much, especially when you were going through such a tough time. And there's someone like Elton John just saying, do you know what, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, and just making you feel better.
And the thing is that to have that very first phone call on a day like that, that's a memory that I have that I am grateful for in such a unique moment of time and when you're in the fight. So it's very, very special. So I do share about that in the book, but yeah, that was that song on the record. So it's track 4 on the record.
Do we know, has he had a wee listen yet? Have you had any feedback? I'm sure he'll be happy with it. I hope so.
Well, yes. I was very grateful that he got to hear the song, and a very treasured note on. I'm very honoured that he got to hear it and that he liked it. So
excellent, excellent. That's really good. I'm really pleased. And hopefully, when things are okay, you'll be going out on tour, because I know in Australia you're a lot more ahead than we are in dealing with this pandemic, and things are reasonably getting back to normal. So will you be able to tour in Australia and then hopefully later on throughout the world?
Absolutely, that's the plan. During our lockdown, I started these shows called Bunker Down, and we started performing from the living room. But there is nothing like when you get to go on stage and perform for people in person. We are in Australia. I have my arena tour in September and October, so that'll be the first time I'll have been back in an arena since everything has happened, and I think I'll just cry. I'll be on stage just so emotional with the fact that there's live music going on and the fact that we can all be in a room. But then of course the plan is to head over your way and come and bring these songs to life, and I'm truly looking forward to that when the world opens up and we can be singing and dancing along again together.
You bet. Delta, what a joy to talk to you. Lovely to talk to you. So good that you're back, you're healthy, you're doing really well. And the book is gorgeous, as is the music. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. Lots and lots of love.
And Delta's album, Bridge Over Troubled Dreams, and the book, all out now.